Hola, mi amigos. Bienvenido de Warlord underscore drums. Habla en español poco. So I'm going to speak English. I did my best to the Spanish fans. Today, we've got back El Estepario Siberiano. I'm excited for this one. I'm always excited to watch this man. He's bloody good, isn't he? I mean, he's muy bien. La batería. He plays la batería. The drums, I've said in the previous video, I don't mind subtitles, El Estepario. Seems as though you've ditched your Spanish fans now and you're speaking English. Although I'm joking. He's not ditched his Spanish fans at all. I guess he's doing amazing and wonderful things now. On my last El Estepario Siberiano reaction video, I said, watch him hit 1 million. And I think he was on something like 400, 500,000 subscribers. Fast forward a few months, he's now on 2.6 something million. I just knew it. I mean, it's fairly obvious that you can see he's going to get more and more popular. Some people, you just know that they're going to get more popular. El Estepario Siberiano is the best drummer on YouTube, in my opinion, if you take away all the previous musicians that aren't just on YouTube. A huge inspiration of mine. Today, we're going to watch a very interesting, very cool, very amazing video that he's literally just dropped a couple of days ago upon the making of this video. It might be 5 or 6 days later now. But he's done the Bongo song, played alive, which is a play on words. Safri duo drum cover. Now, this song I love. I grew up with this song. It's an amazing tune, mainly because it's got two people playing the percussion on it. Let's get straight into this one. We'll discuss and we'll talk more later on. You'll be bored of my voice. I know you want to watch El Estepario Siberiano. And I know, right, that actually I don't know what I'm talking about anymore. But I do know. Well, the one thing that I do know is he is unrivaled at the moment. The Bongo song, unbelievable song, like I say. It's interesting because let's just get into it. I don't want to give too much away. So El Estepario Siberiano from Spain is going to be playing a cover of the Bongo song. Yeah, it is. And we're going to watch it together and let me react. So, let's get on with El Estepario Siberiano from España, from Spain, playing the Bongo song. Played alive. Safri duo. Grew up with this one. Let's do this. Let's get reacting. Oh yeah. That was rubbish. Amazing little stick trick to start things off. Anti-gravity. 2 bongos. A floor tom. Hi-hats. Couple of crashes and a ride. That's all he needs. Unisons between his floor tom and his crash. Building a crescendo. Lots of reverb, lots of ambience, as you need for this song. Using his left foot on the hi-hat to open and close it to create the dance effects. We're not in time when I did that, but he's keeping a solid beat, dance beat, where the kick drums on the 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Snare on the 2 and the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Hi-hat on the ands. And. So he's doing that with his left hand and his right foot. Just 2 limbs, right? Kick, scats. So this is a polyrhythm. It was a polyrhythm. When it's triplets, it's a polyrhythm with his left hand. He's playing a straight beat with his left hand on his hi-hat and snare, and his right hand's going to town, doing triplet rhythms, which makes it polymetric. He's also using the claw. He's using a modified claw grip. Not seen him use it like that before. Seen him use it similar. Seen him use it like that. Seen him using it like that. And now he's kind of using it like that. Modified claw, as I call it. I coined the phrase claw. People in the comments were saying claw. I made it up. I made up the claw word. It's very rare to see him not play much, isn't it? as a drummer, you've got to play as the song dictates. Don't want to be playing when you shouldn't be playing. Building up. Semi-quaver grouping, two notes on a semi-quaver grouping down the hi-hat. Now he's building up a crescendo on his snare drum, accenting the rhythm a little bit of the song. Very quick hands, relaxed, very good technique down there in it. We don't need to talk about his technique anymore, it's bloody amazing and we know that. Now he's just going for a bit of a rocky feel. Let's just sit and listen a minute and appreciate. I like what he's doing there actually. He's going between his crash cymbal, not his crash cymbal, his Chinese cymbal and his floor tom. Whilst putting the rhythm over the top with his bongos. Now he's filling out a lot of baby notes on his snare, doing an offbeat on his hi-hat, but he's not just playing an offbeat, he's playing an onbeat and an offbeat, but he's using up and down strokes to create the effect of only an offbeat. A little bit of a solo here. 6-stroke roll. Doubles in one hand, I think. Different permutations. Right, left foot, foot, right, left foot, foot. He's doing lots of 3-beat, well, he's doing some 3-beat roughs in there. A couple of doubles in his left, filling out notes in between his downstroke and his right hand. Now he's gone back to obviously keeping the main beat between his left hand, his left foot and his right foot. Opening the hi-hat on the hands, on the 8th notes, on the offbeat. Blast beats. It wasn't really a blast beat though, he was just on the beat going da-da-da-da-da-da. So he's creating a blast beat like effect, but really it was kind of just a fill in his left hand whilst keeping the rhythm going in his right. I like that, very nice. A few bursts in there between his fills. Changing of notation in the fill, within the fill, going from straight to then double time. Brilliant. Nice. I love his triplet fills between his snare and tom-toms. That's like his signature fill. Right down there. Usually he loves his triplets. He uses a lot of triplet fills. Now that at the end wasn't a triplet fill. He simply accented the ending with his. I love his stick trick. It's amazing. Wow, that's incredible. I loved it. Absolutely loved it. I think it's one of the videos where he's not overly doing anything too difficult to the more experienced drummer. Although if you put your average drummer on the set, it's difficult. But anyway, let's talk about it. Another super video from Estepario Siberiano, the master. The Spanish Supreme Wizard, as I like to call him. Called him that on my last video. I'm going to call him that forever. That's my phrase. A little bit like the claw, which I also coined. Stop copying me. Put my coffee down, that might help. So, let's talk about it. So his setup, very minimalistic again. The major hook of the song being the open hi-hats on the offbeat on the 8th note. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4, and not only playing it with his left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, but opening the hi-hat with his left foot. So instead of it being it's now okay, creating that kind of choke effect on the hi-hat when it comes back together. So he was going 1, 2, 3, 4. Within that, on his number 2 and his 4, was the snare. So he's not only going on the offbeat, 1, 2, 3, he's putting the 2 and the 4 in, which makes it go 1, cats, cats, cats. That very famous dance, trance beat, whatever you want to label it, whatever you want to call it. It's a dance beat, really. It's a type of trance beat. But essentially, he's got one rhythm going off with his left hand and his right foot and his left foot. Bass drums on the 1, 2, 3, 4 on the crotchets. At the same time as he's doing his left hand, his left foot and his snare, on his left side. So essentially the main beat is Something actually which I've spent a lot of time on, and I can tell you, it takes bloody ages to get that going and then be able to navigate with your right hand. So we've not even talked about his right hand yet. So his right hand's doing a polyrhythm. Not always. There's sometimes some straight beats within that part, within the whole part, the straight beats. So whilst he's keeping the hook, his right hand does polyrhythms and plays straight, but majorly it's mimicking the parts of the song that two drummers played. Now, there has been a lot of comments on this already, as there would be, and majorly people are saying, I've seen a lot of comments saying on there, he's doing the job of two drummers. He's doing the job of two drummers. Next comment, he's doing the job of two drummers. He's doing the job of two drummers. He's doing the job of two drummers. He's not. I can tell you that, he's not. I've commented on it and put people straight. He's doing the job of three drummers. Because two drummers are doing the percussive parts with the bongos, with the actual song. But there's also the hook, or the main beat. Can't really call it a hook. I've called it a hook throughout the whole thing. It is a hook, but it's the major beat. He's doing the main beat because, believe it or not, it's computer drums. So whilst two drummers are playing the Played A bongo song, played A live, not Played A, there's one going din din, but there's two drummers doing that and the computer drums. So he's doing the job of three drummers, right? So I thought I'd set the record straight there. As I said, I've actually done this song myself a few months ago. It's probably on my shorts. So I can tell you, it's really hard to get the at the same time as doing your left hand. And what you've got to do if you want to achieve this is just repeat the major beat. Boom, scats, boom, scats, boom, scats, scats, scats. You've got to do it and do it and do it. And when you think you've done it and you finish doing it, you've got to do another 100 hours on it. And I'm not even joking, not because you can't do it, but because you want to be able to just go with the flow with your other limb, with this right hand. You're not going to be able to play the other parts, which are polymetric, some not being polymetric, but you're not going to be able to play other rhythms over that rhythm unless you've absolutely nailed it. And it takes a long bloody time, but you can achieve anything. So a lot of people at the moment are making videos like about throwing the sticks on the fire, you know, doing a lot of shorts and stuff, watching Estepario Siberiano and pretending, doing a joke that they're going to throw the sticks in the bin. Oh, I've had enough, he's just too good. But this should inspire you. He's just a person. He's not a supreme being, I think. Is he a supreme being? I don't know whether he... Let me just... Hold on a minute. I've got him on speed dial. Estepario, how are we doing? Yeah. I'm just wondering, are you a supreme being, by any chance? Oh. I've just spoke to him. It turns out he is a supreme being. But don't let it put you off. Anyway, he's got a very minimalistic kit. He's playing the part of three drummers. He's really kind of honing in to the parts that's exactly played on the original song, and he's mimicking it perfectly. But within that, which I really like, is the fact that he's also putting his own take on it. So there's parts where he goes into a bit of a rocky part using the crash cymbal, and also doing a beat which kind of reflects a kind of a rock or a poppy kind of beat with the kind of crashes on his right, and then giving it a bit more flavour. And also there's a little drum solo part, and he's also got his chops in there. His chops are great as always. 6-stroke roll, 3-beat roughs, downstrokes, baby notes, doubles, and his triplet fills between his snare drum and his floor tom, which he does and executes so well. But one thing I want you to take from this is he is just a human being. He's just put in a lot of practice. And if you don't feel like you're getting there, I really want to stress this as a musician myself and as a drum teacher. You should never ever be put off by people that are better than you. Never compare yourself. If I was to compare myself to Estepario Siberiano, I'd have already jumped off the cliff. Do you know what I mean? I watch him and I go, right, he's really good at that. How can I achieve that? And even if I think, right, I can set up a plan, a sustainable plan to be able to execute all the maneuvers and techniques which he does, but it's going to take me 4 years. Well, do you want it enough? Are you going to stick with it for 4 years? If you're not, get out. But you can. You can get as good as you want. Now, he was using the claw-like technique, but it was a bit different today, I noticed. It was a bit more kind of, was it like that? Was it like that? I need to, upon closer inspection, I'd know better, but didn't really take note because I was in the middle of the reaction, so I should have really looked better. But he's essentially using it a little bit different. It's a bit more of an angle, and it seems to be a bit modified compared to when he's doing the fast stuff. You know, kind of like when he was doing the Dream Theater song, The Enemy Inside, he just had a very straight, like, claw. Remember, I made up the claw phrase. Don't forget that. Okay, I'm not as good as Estepario Siberiano. So, probably one of his less technical parts that I've ever seen, but it doesn't matter. It's not all about technicality. How clean was he? I'm asking you, how clean was he? Tell me in the comments, was he clean? I know the answer to that. He wasn't dirty, put it that way. Not as dirty as my last video, which was 6-6 Samus. Now, that was filthy. But he's a clean player. He represents the parts amazingly. He's doing rhythm over rhythm. He's doing the part of 3 drummers. He is very relaxed. He's using great technique. It's all the same things that I was saying on the last video. But on this one, it seems like he's put his own extra spin on it with the little solos and stuff within the song, which is great. And it's a thoroughly amazing cover. So, thank you for watching. We're going to come back to Estepario Siberiano again. Nay bother. And we're going to see him again because he's just absolutely outstanding. Estepario Siberiano, muchas gracias, mi amigo. And thank you for watching today's reaction video. Please go and subscribe to Estepario Siberiano if you haven't already. He'll go to 3 million. I'll predict that next. He'll go to 3 million. Give me a subscribe if you enjoyed today's video. I do covers. I'm no Estepario Siberiano, but I'm trying my best to get there. But by the time I get nearly as good as him, he'll be twice as good as he already is. But that's fine. Don't compare yourselves. Work hard. Put in the graft. Get a teacher. Use Drumeo. Watch players. Listen to CDs. CDs? I'm showing my age. I mean, listen to records, vinyls. Yeah? No, not those. That's even older. Listen to cassette tapes. Listen to music. Listen to drummers. Listen to the way that they represent their own sound, the way that they put their own flavour on. Take a little bit of something from each drummer. Don't just copy one and be like, I'm going to be... Okay, I do take things from Estepario Siberiano, but I take things from Zach Grooves, I take things from Mike Mangini, I take things from Mike Portnoy. And essentially, you don't want to just outright copy somebody 100% because that's not you. Take things that work and use them and try and incorporate it into your playing. Try these polyrhythms. Try doing your 1, 2, kata, 2, kata, 2, kata. Try it, right? Thank you for watching Warlord Drums. I will see you on the next one. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the like button if you liked it. Hit the dislike button if you disliked it. Give me a comment and let me know what you thought of Estepario Siberiano in this song. Thank you very much. A pleasure to see you again. See you on the next one. Take care. Later, tater, mashed potato, something to do with drums. Thank you. See you on the next one. Go away then. Bagger off.